Hello and welcome back to A Foreigner and Family in the Philippines. And we are over here next to the bamboo, but this is where we decided to clean up a little bamboo and burn the bunchy top virus infected bananas. So we have some guys going through collecting all the bunchy top virus infected bananas and digging up the suckers, and we're burning them. And hopefully that'll get rid of it. That'll become like a maintenance, part of my monthly, not my monthly, but part of my maintenance program, which I will be doing monthly for now as I see bunchy tops until we have fully eradicated them. So, and that also cleans up the bamboo quite a bit, because I do use this road a little bit. I park over here sometimes. I don't typically go up through here very much, but I did leave it open. But I do walk through here, and all that bamboo was causing a little issue with that. So it did clean it up back here nicely. And ideally, you would spray insecticide on the banana before you cut them up and dug them up and burned them. However, we've just for this particular time, I just wanted to go ahead and get going on it, get these guys dug up, and we are over here burning them. Depending on how effective that is, I might look at spraying the insecticide on them beforehand. And the reason you would spray the insecticide is because that's how the virus is transmitted. It's different pests, and the aphids act as carriers, and that's from like whatever their mouth parts are that bite into or while they're consuming the infected banana, the bunchy top virus infected banana. I don't know the scientific name for it, but their mouth parts, the proboscis that goes inside of it, or pierces the outer covering of the banana, then gets the virus on it, and then they go to another banana plant and do the same thing and pierce it, and then infect that banana plant. So that's another reason why I did open up my spacing a little bit. I'm not a banana, I'm not even a expert farmer, so I have to use the term loosely that I'm even a farmer. So I did open up my spacing a little bit. I didn't go with the tight plantation 2x2 meter spacing or 3x2 meter spacing. I ended up opening it up to a 3x3 meter spacing. So that'll hopefully keep things in a better balance, less of an environment for those pests and aphids to thrive, with allowing for a little more airflow and not quite as much moisture. But I'll have to see how that goes. But I definitely don't want to have issues with that, and it's because it's kind of funny. I've seen this. There's a huge banana plantation a little ways away from here, actually on the way to Plantation, and it is a big Dole banana plantation, and Dole rented the property from the owner, and I don't know how many, it's a lot of hectares, and I always drive by like, wow, that's a lot of bananas there. And they've got the blue bag, because they cover them with the blue bags, which we'll be switching to shortly. And they've constantly got just loaded with bananas, and not just like your regular banana bunches. They're really long banana bunches. But anyway, they had a big disease over there. Dole had to destroy the entire plantation. And I'm like, oh, I kept wondering what was happening. Did their contract expire? Was there a disease? Because I'm like, well, if that's Dole, and I saw the banana bunch, a lot of the banana bunches that they had, would that be a good banana? If they were done with it, I could go over there, dig up some suckers, and I would have those suckers. And I'm glad we didn't end up doing something like that, because it turns out there was some kind of disease on those bananas, and it wiped out the entire area over there. So So that's something I've got to keep in mind, that a big part of my survival here in the Philippines is going to be, at least initially, based on bananas. So I've got to take care of what I've got here. So we are but the issue with that is that the people that rented that to Dole, they had previously rented it to Monte, and it's kind of funny because Monte did not renew the contract because of that disease. And then it's kind of funny that, well, and all this is just I'm going off of what people say, stories that I've heard. I can't validate or prove it, but it's just kind of funny. I wonder though if the owner then knew that it had that banana issue when Del Monte left, and then they went ahead and rented it to Dole, it's just kind of funny, but not so funny for Dole. Not so funny for Dole. But as of now, this is my bunchy top virus eradication program. You see the bamboo. Most of the bunchy top I was focused on. I didn't want to linger in or have any of those maybe pests or aphids that might have been on. I didn't see any, but I didn't. Well, I was looking, but hopefully this does the trick. I don't expect it to. The first time I've gone through and I've sporadically eliminated bungee tops when I've seen them. I've gone through and done a cleansing like this once before. So, and that was one of the advantages of planting with the suckers, is that the suckers, not one of the advantages of the suckers, one of the advantages of planting the tissue cultures, because when you plant the tissue cultures, you don't have to worry about them being infected. They have no diseases, no viruses, no funguses. You just plant it and you're good to go. But when you're planting these suckers, depending on where you're getting them and who you're getting them from, that might be how they get rid of because the excess suckers that come up, you don't want to have too many bunches. But then also the bunchy top viruses, that's how you get rid of your bunchy top viruses. Now, you wouldn't want to sell those to somebody, but you can't tell when it's just a sucker. Well, sometime if it's bad enough you can, but typically you cannot. So it would be better to plant with the tissue cultures, but with the coronavirus lockdown, we've still got our deposit on some tissue cultures, but we can't get to them. In fact, I drove all the way to Davao from all the way across Mindanao, and they turned us away. I had the travel pass. I got exposed to so many people, so many checkpoints, and it's just crazy that we went all the way there, and we weren't even going into the city. We were going actually outside of the city. We're almost there, and they said no. And we had the Department of Health travel pass. We weren't trying to do anything sneaky or shady, but so anyway, I did opt for then planting some suckers here, and even some of these new suckers that have come up have had a bungee top. So I've had to talk to the guy who sold them to us. I mean, he's going to replace those suckers. And we just need to see who he's got digging those up, and maybe make sure that they're careful not to. But the thing is, they'll go through and they don't dig up the root. Sometimes they'll just cut that or just take out that one, and so then somebody else coming along there doesn't know that virus is infected in some of those suckers that sprout up around it. So, but it hasn't been excessive, and we'll just keep an eye on it. I think I've rambled on long enough about my bunchy top virus bananas, so I'll go ahead and stop her there. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe.